What up, YouTube? T-Movies here, with today being the 9th birthday of Gene Hackman. Crazy to believe that dude's not, but yeah, he really is. I Anyway, I decided to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite Hackman movies because he's a legend. You know, he's been in, like, the business for decades. He is a like, I believe he's a two-time or three-time. I can't remember how many Oscars he has, but I know he won a couple of Oscars. So, and it's a shame that he's not really acting anymore because I love to see a Gene Hackman come back. That would be pretty sweet. But anyway, with that being said, here's my 10 favorite Gene Hackman movies. All right, coming in, coming in at number 10, I'm gonna go with the Roger Donaldson's political thriller No Way Out. Now it features the likes of Kevin Costner, Sean Young, Will Patton's in this, and in it stars Hackman, who plays this character named David Bryce, who's the U.S. Secretary of State, who is depressed by the heroism of Lieutenant Commander Tom Farrell's, played by Kevin Costner, rescue to rescue a fellow sailor, and of course Bryce also gets him a job at the Pentagon, and not to mention Tom also ends up having a love affair with Bryce's mistress named Susan Atwell, played by Sean Young, and there's also a reason why the affair is about more than just passion and yeah. Anyway, yeah, Hackman was really great at this. It is a really cool political thriller. Sean Young was at the height of her career, was pretty good looking. I will admit. Of course, she was also in Blade Runner. Who does love Sean Young? I mean, that woman is awesome. Anyway, and Costner's performance is very there's lots of tensions between Costner and Young. I mean, if you guys haven't really seen No Way Out, definitely go check it out. It's a really cool little thriller. All right, coming coming in at number 9, I'm gonna go with Mississippi Burning. Now, this is a pretty good one. It stars Hackman as his agent named Rupert Anderson, who, along with his partner Alan Ward, played by William Dafoe, travels to Mississippi to investigate a couple of murders. And so, though like some, including the families and murders, also workers, ends up ejected. It is based on a true story because a couple of the murderers' family ends up like ended up like boycotting and did not really appreciate the film at all, which I guess I could, I could see why. But it's that aside, Mississippi Burning is actually a pretty good film. It's a great true story mystery murder film. You have Francis McDormand, who did a really great job here. Chucky himself, Brad Dourif, was great, and it also earned Hackman his fourth Oscar nomination and his sixth Golden Globe noms. So there's that too. Really great cast. Great true story based film. If you guys never seen Mr. Burning, it's a really good one. Coming in at number 8, I'm gonna go with the night. I'm gonna go with the film Night Moves. Now this is directed by Bonnie and Clyde director Arthur Penn, and it stars Hackman as his private eye named Harry Mooseby, who ends up being cheated on by his wife named Helen, played by Susan Clark, and ends up being hired by a aging actress played by Janet Ward to find her daughter named Adele, played by Melanie Griffith. But also Deli is also a teen who now wants to be found. So yeah, so this is a interesting mystery based film. This is a 1970s crime based thriller, which is probably one of the best 70s crime films there is. And while Hackman didn't really get an Oscar nomination, he actually scored a BAFTA award, or nomination, I should say, which is of course, the British version of the Academy Awards. And I mean, Hackman really gives his private eye a really great great dirty back, and there's and the '70s also felt with like mixed with a certain crankiness, and it's still a really great performance. Um, a very young Melanie Griffith was also in this, and she was really terrific. So yeah, if you guys have really got around to see Night Moves, definitely go check them out. All right, coming in at number 7, I'm gonna go with Unforgiven. Now, I would admit I do not really love this movie as most people do. It's a good film, and of course it did won Best Picture. I still never really think it should won Best Picture, but still. It is also directed by Clint Eastwood, starring Hackman, Morgan Freeman, Eastwood himself. It's still a really good film. It is a really cool, gritty Western flick. You got Hackman who plays the role of Sheriff Little Bill Daggett, who really does a great performance here. You got Clint Eastwood as a Will Manny, who's pretty great. Morgan Freeman ended up scoring a couple of war nominations. And not to mention, Hackman also won his second Academy Award for playing the performance, and a well-deserved win, too. He was really one of the best parts of the movie. And it is a really gritty Western. Probably one of the greatest Westerns you'll see in, like, the 90s. And it was also directed by Clint Eastwood, who did a pretty good job at directing. A great cast. Like, if you guys haven't really seen Unforgiven, I'll say give it a shot. Like I said, I don't really love it as most people do, but it's still pretty decent. Alright. Boy, I'm out here to talk about Gene Hackman. I bet lots of the younger folks probably don't even know what I'm talking about. But anyway, alright, coming in at number 6, I'm going to go with the film Get Shorty, which is based on the Elmore Leonard novel of the same name. And Hackman plays the role of Hollywood producer Harry Zim, who ends up being a strong arm by mob enforcer named Chili Palmer, played by John Travolta. And yeah, Get Shorty is pretty good. Great cast. You got Danny DeVito, Rene Russo, also got the late James Gandolfini was in this, Dennis Farina. And I mean, Hackman and Travolta, who knew that those two would have great chemistry on screen together? Those two really play off each other well. And I mean, this is a movie about it is a mafia-based movie, it is a Hollywood-based movie. If you guys haven't really seen Get Shorty, definitely go check that one out. Coming in at number 5, I'm going to go with another Arthur Penn directed film, and that is Bonnie and Clyde. Now, this is based on the two robber couples known as Bonnie and Clyde, and it stars the likes of Warren Beatty as Bonnie with Faye Dunaway as the role of Clyde, and you got Gene Hackman who plays the role of Buck Barrow, who plays the brother of Clyde, and wait, did I accidentally say Faye Dunaway was? I meant to say Faye Dunaway was Bonnie, while Warren Beatty was Clyde. My bad. But anyway, yeah, Bonnie and Clyde with Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway it's a classic. I mean, it shows like who these two insane couple was. I mean, they ended up being on the run. Not to mention, you also had Estelle Parson, who was great in this. Of course, she plays the role of Buck's wife. You also had Gene Wilder, the late Michael J. Polar was in this. Really terrific film. If you guys haven't really seen Bonnie and Clyde with director Arthur Penn directing, definitely go check that one out. Alright, coming in at number 4, I'm going to go with probably my favorite Wes Anderson movie, and that is The Royal Tenenbaums. Now, here you got Hackman, who plays the role of Royal Tyrell of Royal Tenenbaum, and who's the shady Patrick of the most energetic New York family, who's hold on. Sorry about that. Anyway, who's Patrick of a most energetic New York family, ends up giving high achievement children. And it is a dysfunctional family-based movie, and it has a really terrific cast. And it also won, it even won Hackman his third Golden Globe, so there's that. And it's probably one of his best modern performances, because this is probably the only one on the list that is more of his modern roles. And it's a shame that Hackman doesn't act anymore. Because even in the 2000s, he really showed that he still has it. With he was also a Runaway Jury. What was that movie he did with Ray Romano? He was in that. It's a shame that he's not really doing anything anymore. But yeah, Roy Tenenbaum. This movie also had a great cast. You had the likes of Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson, Angelica Houston, Gwyneth Paltrow. Some of the best casts Wes Anderson have ever put together. And if you guys ever seen the Roy Tenenbaum, it's also one of Hackman's best modern roles. All right, coming in at number three, I'm gonna go with probably one of the you know probably one of the best basketball movies there is, and that is Hoosiers. Now, Hackman has of course made a couple of sport-based movies in his career. Of course, his other one included he did a football movie with Keanu Reeves for The Replacements. That was good. But he also did Hoosiers, which is arguably one of the best basketball movies ever is. You got Hackman who portrays Norman Dale, who ends up being hired by this high school to replace their late coach. But not to mention, Norman is also a bit of a drunk too, so there's that. And he also had Barbara Hershey, Dennis Hopper was in this. Some really great cast members. Hackman, his chemistry with his teammates was pretty cool. He played a coach really well, really perfect coach right there. It's a coach that you really wish you had back in the days. And I mean, that's Hopper and Gene Hackman, two legends right there. So it was pretty cool to see those two work together. And last year I did my 10 favorite basketball movies, and obviously Hoosiers was in my top 5. Number 1 was spoiler. Number 1 was Space Jam. Yeah. But Hoosiers is, I believe I added Hoosiers at my second favorite. Got rewatch that video. But yeah, if you guys haven't really seen Hoosiers, definitely go check them one out. It's really a basketball movie that still holds up today. I mean, lots of when I was at school in gym class and all. Yes, Chubby got life myself actually had gym class. Um, my gym teacher usually will put on Hoosiers, and it's just one of the best there is. So definitely go check out Hoosiers if you guys haven't seen that. All right, my number 2 pick, I'm gonna go with Superman. Of course, the one with Christopher Reeves. Now, there's been so many great actors who portrayed the role of Lex Luthor over the years. Actors who played Lex Luthor included Kevin Spacey, Michael Rosenbaum, most recent John Cryer on Supergirl. But one of the best on-screen Lex Luthors has got to obviously be Gene Hackman in Superman. I mean, Superman is one of the most iconic superheroes there is. I mean, it really makes you believe that a man can fly. That I always like that tagline. A film that makes you believe that a man can fly. That's actually a pretty cool tagline they had. But anyway, yeah, Hackman is he is definitely one of the best portrays of Lex Luthor. Like if it wasn't for his portrayal of Lex Luthor, we probably wouldn't have performances like, of course, Jesse Eisenberg portrayed Lex Luthor there too. We wouldn't have Kevin Spacey's great portrayal of Lex Luthor, Michael Rosenbaum, John Cryer. Gene Hackman really paved the way for other Lex Luthors out there, and he's definitely one of the greatest. Like if I was to do my ranking of the best Lex Luthor, obviously Gene Hackman would be number 1. I really like, despite everything with him now, I really do like Kevin Spacey's Lex Luthor. So yeah, but down the line I'll do my my Lex Luthor ranking. But anyway, yeah, if you guys haven't really seen the original Superman, definitely go check it out. I mean, he also ended up returning as Lex for Superman 2, which was pretty good. Then he reprised his role again as in Superman Quest for Peace, which is one of the worst Superman movies there ever was. But yeah, if you guys definitely go check out the original Superman if you guys haven't seen that. And not to mention, Christopher Reeve as Superman is still iconic. Come on, who does love Christopher Reeve as Superman? But anyway, now the best Gene Hackman movie of all time obviously goes to The French Connection. I mean, by the time this may sound messed up to say, but by the time Hackman ends up going, I bet this would definitely be the role lots of people remember him as. and that will be as an NYPD detective Jimmy Popeye Doyle, which I always liked how they used the word Popeye, like how they had it Popeye in this list. But anyway, and of course you got Jaws guy Roy Schneider as the role.
That's why it was popular. I was dating Moran. Remember Moran?
Anyway, you had Jaws dude Roy Schneider as the role of his partner buddy Clary Russo, who ends up trying to stop this French criminal mastermind named Alain Carner, played by Fernando Rey, from delivering a huge delivery of heroin to the U.S. And it is definitely one of the best like 70s crime films there is. Of course, it was directed by Exorcist director William Friedkin. He also did a French Connection too, which is definitely not that good. But the first French Connection, which ended up, which actually won Hackman his first ever Oscar, and also won him his first Golden Globe, is terrific. Great villains. It gets pretty gritty at times. Great performances by Hackman, by Schneider. Those two had really cool on-screen chemistry for each other. And this is like, besides Exorcist, this is also Friedkin's second best work in my opinion. I mean, if you guys haven't really seen the French Connection, go check it out. I mean, the movie actually still holds up today, in my opinion. So, yeah. All right. That's pretty much it. Alright. Let me do the quick. Now that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10, No Way Out. 9, Mississippi Burning. 8, Night Moves. 7, Unforgiven. 6, Get Shorty. 5, Bonnie and Clyde. 4, The Royal Tenenbaums. 3, Hoosiers. 2, Superman. And number 1 is The French Connection. Now there's loads of other ones I probably could have added. Let's see. Enemy of the State. Will Smith. That was okay, but I didn't really love Animal Scooby-Doo. He was in the Poseidon Adventure. That's a classic. He was in Behind Enemy Lines. Remember that one? The Quick and the Dead. He was in. The Birdcage. The Firm. He was in the movie Heist. The Replacements. The Runaway Jerry. Remember Heartbreakers with Jennifer Love Hewitt? Oh, that movie was so good. He was in Wet Earp, another western. He was in the movie Scarecrow. The Chamber he was in, A Bridge Too Far, Ants. Who remember? Ants was actually pretty good. It kind of got a little shut down, got a little overlooked because it got released the same year as Bug's Life, but Ants is actually a pretty good anime flick. Nara Morgan, Welcome to the Moose Point. That's the one I was thinking about with Ray Romano. That was actually his last movie. He was in The Package, Extreme Measures, Under Fire. Boy, Hackman, what a cool career Hackman has. I mean, it is pretty cool that he's still around. Like, he's literally 90 this year, which is crazy to really believe. But anyway, let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your favorite Gene Hackman movies? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Timu signing off.